coming up. Sheba?
Ooh, that is pretty. Now to Decision 2020 and Georgia's historic statewide audit of nearly 5 million ballots. It is day 5 for many counties, and they will continue the retally by hand this morning. The deadline to finish fast approaching. We have team coverage of it all. Hope for it on the newly discovered uncounted ballots out of Floyd County. How many were found and which presidential candidate received the most votes? But first, we begin with Joe Ripley live at the state capitol with a look at where the audit is almost finished.
That's right. Counties now have just less than 48 hours to get those retallied results into the Secretary of State's office. We do expect Cobb and Gwinnett counties to finish those retallies and upload their results today. Yesterday, we heard from Cobb County Elections Director Janine Evler, who says a few thousand ballots still need to be tallied. In total, about 396,000 ballots to go through there in Cobb County. Workers will spend most of today entering that data into the state system. Evler says there will be no problem meeting Wednesday's deadline. She says a voter review panel is looking at about 5,000 provisional and duplicated ballots that were already adjudicated to be thorough, and the numbers could change slightly. She says elections officials in Gwinnett County expect to wrap up today as well.
I think it's gone great. I know we'll definitely be ahead of that 11:59 Wednesday night deadline, but I've told them all along, you know, if we're done on Tuesday, I think that's great.
We have reached out to the Secretary of State's office for an updated count on all of those counties who have yet to upload their retallied results. We are still waiting to hear back from that office.
I'm Hope Ford. Nearly 2,600 ballots were not tallied in Floyd County on election night. The Secretary of State's office says a county election worker failed to upload votes from a memory card on election night, but the county says it may have been an equipment issue. Tallying the votes added 778 votes in favor of President Trump, but it's not enough to put a sizable dent in Joe Biden's lead. The Secretary of State is asking the Floyd County Elections Director to step down, and an investigation will take place.
And 11 Alive is committed to bringing you the information to make sure your vote is counted and give you resources to make your voice heard. If you have a question for our voter access team on the state's retally, runoffs, or more, just email us at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com or text us at 404-885-7600.